So I was able to maintain that body fat. And once I started the company, at the first show we were at, a couple of my employees who were working the booth said, "You can get on stage." And then it kind of hit me. It's like no other company owner does that. And then the fact that I have a degree in marketing kicked in. And there's my point of differentiation. The fact that no company owner does it. So not only was it the right thing to do from practice what you preach, like he said before, is our mission as a company, as well as an anti-hypocrisy stance, but also the fact that, hey, wait a second, in the marketplace, a very crowded marketplace, this is a way to differentiate the company. And it's the best thing we can do, because we're not just going out there saying, we're not just some fat guys in polo shirts sitting behind an oak desk, making stuff up and being business owners. We're business owners. We run a company. We have to turn a profit like any other company, or else we go out of business. We have a CFO, a CEO, a COO. We got all the O's and everything involved. We even got desks and offices and a big old warehouse. But at the end of the day, if you can't relate to your customers, you're really not doing a service to anybody. And I just don't think it's the right way to run a company. Like I said, I've said this before. If I worked for a tattoo magazine, I'd get a tattoo. How am I going to relate to the tattoo industry if I've never felt or lived a tattoo?
Yep.
And that's pretty much how I look at this industry as. You practically preach, and honestly, I love it. I love lean mass, and I love muscle, and I love being lean. I love being healthy, and I love being the one dad that can play with my kids and run around. And all the fat dads are, looking at me with jealousy because their wives are looking at me. And it's just, I'm just playing.
I mean, obviously you are a remarkable physical specimen, if I can say that.
Not quite.
You said you wanted to be sexy.
My wife begs to differ.
But I mean, seriously, obviously you've trained because you've got to get yourself buffed and everything. But is there a weak point when you look at your body? Do you sort of say, "Oh, look, I'm not so strong in my legs and everything like that"?
Bodybuilding is the sport of just feeling inadequate. I think the best description of bodybuilding I've come up with is I use sport loosely, because it's kind of more of an activity or a hobby in my opinion. But, it's basically the combination of low self-esteem and dysmorphia. I mean, you're up there, and the whole show is based on a panel of judges saying, "You look better than that guy." It's just like, it's the weirdest thing. And, but we do it, and we love it, and frankly, you're never, everything's wrong. I mean, most people look at me and they're like, "Wow, you're in shape, you're this and that." I'm like, you know what, I gotta bring up my back thickness. My rhomboids are just not big enough. Or, and people look at you and they're like, whatever. I mean, most guys just go to the gym and they train chest and biceps, because that's what you see at the beach.
What are your rhomboids, by the way?
I was going to say, you were talking a totally different language. I couldn't.
Exactly. It's a stupid thing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's a back muscle.
Yeah, right.
But, bottom line is, the only person who would know or give a crap about their rhomboids is someone who's involved in bodybuilding, because it's all about balance and the overall physique and the presentation of the physique.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're traveling, obviously, as you are down in Australia for the next week or so, the next couple of weeks, what do you do to sort of, I guess, maintain your balance with obviously eating healthy, but also training whilst you're away from home?
What's funny is I prepped for the Arnold Classic last year. Prepping means dieting for the show. So anybody's like, what the hell is he prepping for?
Yep.
Taxes? The thing is that I actually traveled up until the day of the show. I was only home like 27 total days last year.
Yep.
What you do is you stay in efficiency suites and you cook your food. Now it's funner, because I'm not traveling and competing I'm not competing till next year. And what I do is I usually take Scivation Whey, which is our product, oatmeal, and peanut butter, or if I'm flying, because you can't bring liquids in the States, almonds. And I mix them together, make a little pudding type concoction. I'll eat that 3 of my meals. The other 3 meals I'll eat out. Now, when eating out at a restaurant, healthy food options. Don't get gravy or sauces on your food. Get something like lean fish, lean chicken. It's about making the right food choices. And honestly, at this point, I'm trying to gain weight. So my main issue in restaurants is sometimes I have to order 2 entrees. I ordered 2 breakfasts this morning. It's just something. Now I'm trying to get in food. Everybody's looking at, what's wrong? You can't gain weight, and society's, in America, we're 70% obese. And I'm sitting here complaining about not being able to gain weight. That's just silly, in my opinion, but hey, I guess it's a good problem to have.
Certainly is. Well, we're going to have to probably keep moving, but it's been wonderful talking to you. What are you up to next? Are you only in Perth for a few days?
I'm in Perth till tomorrow. Through tomorrow, we got the seminar tonight up at Fitness First Inaloo, and that's at 7:30. And then we're going to be rolling over to Adelaide, and then Melbourne, Sydney, the Gold Coast, Brisbane, doing an entire tour for about 4 weeks, and then I'll be back here sometime in February, and then again in April. This is my home away from home.
And obviously, if people want to get in touch with your products, that you've got a distributor here as well as your website, which you said is Scivation.com.
Scivation, S-C-I-V as in Victor, A-T-I-O-N.com. Flush Fitness is our distributor out here, and they're phenomenal people, best people you'll ever meet, and that's why I like spending time with them. It's more like a vacation away from home.
Well, I think Flush Fitness, Lara's from Flush Fitness who brought you in, and she was taking part in the inline hockey championships last week in Adelaide. Lara, are you able to grab the microphone now and just tell us a little bit, because WA did very well making a lot of finals, but sadly didn't go quite so well in those finals.
Yes, actually, it's good to see you again. Last time I was at the airport on the way to the inline hockey. We thought we were going to win it, but coming second's pretty good out of all those states. So we're pretty happy with the results.
Now, one of the finals you were telling me was a little bit controversial at the end of it.
Oh yes, one of the senior men's, there was about 3 seconds to go to score, and the Victorians, I think it was the Victorians.
It would be the Victorians.
Yeah. I think they sat on the puck, and in my opinion, that constitutes delaying play. And yeah, that was a bit of controversy, but the umpire didn't call it, and they won. So
very frustrating. Now you're also involved in the roller derby as well, I believe.
That's it. That's right. I'm Hot Wheels. I believe you're speaking to one of my team members, Morgan Wildchild.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
We have a bout coming up next weekend at the Midvale Speed Dome. We also have another one coming up on the... Well, that's unfortunately sold out already. We sold out 500 tickets in 5 days, so the roller derby is getting huge here in not only in Perth but also in Australia. So
that's fantastic.
Every state has a few teams now. So
are we going to see interstate matches? Do you think
we've done that? We've been to Adelaide and played in the Nationals against all the other states. Perth is quite a new league, so we didn't. We got to the semi-finals, which we were really pleased with too. DNN actually covered that. The American online roller derby network. So it was streamed all over America, and we were pretty proud of that too.
Now, obviously, you're taking Marc around. I would have thought hearing him speak is going to be certainly an entertaining talk tonight, and must be great having him here to promote his products.
That's right. I was a bit worried about getting on the radio after that. I feel a bit upstaged after. It's usually me gets all the attention, but it was a hard act to follow. So
she's much better looking.
Well,
we do have a bodybuilding.
Yep.
Sorry, actually, we do have a bodybuilding comp. If anyone is interested in bodybuilding this weekend, the NABA at the Embassy Ballroom, which is on President Street in Carlisle. So there's still tickets available at the door if you do want to come along and see some bodybuilders in action, and the tickets are only $60.
Okay, excellent. So
it starts at 6 p.m. Saturday night.
They can get tickets on the door?
Yes, 6 p.m. this Saturday night at the Embassy Ballroom in Carlisle.
All right, fantastic. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with our next guest. But thank you.